All right, welcome back everyone to STR Wealth Academy. I'm Katrina.
Michael here.
And we are the co-founders of STR Wealth Academy, everything Airbnbs, short-term rentals, and how to start your own short-term rental business from scratch with or without owning any property.
So as we've been discussing in the series here, we've been taking you guys kind of behind the curtain, and if you're brand new to this industry, just looking to get into it for the first time, the advice that we're giving over this series is really the steps that we ourselves go through in order to get new listings started, how to find the most profitable listings, the most profitable locations, and how to really gain an edge in the market nowadays.
This is crucial because we always like to coach and train on what is the highest profitable properties you can get and what is the headache to income ratio. So what do we mean by that? Would you rather have 100 properties that make $100 profit each? Or would you rather have 10 properties that profit between $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 net property per month each? So this is why it's so crucial to do this upfront research. Make sure you have really good intel on your competitors so that you have less properties and more profit.
So in this video in particular, we're going to be diving into more detail on how to conduct competitor research, because this is one of the most important steps that you go through in addition to market research and listing location, because you want to have an idea of what your competition looks like. Because make no mistake about it, if you're the only Airbnb in a market, that probably means that there's no demand there. So this is one of the most important steps you're going to go through as you are getting your Airbnb business started, because it's very, very important to understand the competitors, who other hosts are in the market, what their listings look like, how they're marketing their listings, and that can give you a lot of intel and information on how you might want to market your listing and present what you have to offer.
We started our Airbnb business back in October 2018. Now in 2024, the Airbnb short-term rental landscape looks completely different from when we started. You know, back in the day, you could kind of throw up any old listing that had grandma's furniture in it and you'd be successful doing it. It's a low barrier to entry and not a lot of people were doing it. And I'm sure now, since COVID, you've heard of quote unquote Airbnb bust. A lot of people came in, rushed into the market, and now a lot of people are leaving. It's the great migration out of it. And why is this? Because of the competition. It's like, how are you going to compete and make sure that you are standing your listing out from the hosting herd? So this is what's really crucial with the competitive research.
It's really important because one of the things that we often talk about is the barrier to entry in this industry is still roughly the same, right? If you have a property, you can go and list it and potentially make money. But really what's happened in the last number of years is that the barrier to success has gone way, way up.
Yeah.
So by going through this process that we're going to show you in this video on how to conduct good competitor research, it's really going to help you stand out, be different, be unique, and also command the lion's share of income in your market. So if you are enjoying the content so far, go ahead, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on this video so that you get notified of new videos as we release them. All right, let's dive into it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen here really quick. So there's a few tools we're going to show you guys that can really help give you a better idea on how to conduct competitor research, what are the important things to look for, and how you can compile this information to make good decisions, okay?
So AirDNA is one of the top and most robust data analyst tools out there for short-term rentals. It pulls data from Airbnb and VRBO. We use this also in our market research video that we just did shortly, but we also do it for competitor research. So we want to take you through the details of how you can use this software and tool in order to really gain an edge on your competition and put the profits in your pocket and make sure you have that competitive edge off the get-go.
So we've done in the last few videos, we're just going to stick to Charleston, South Carolina. Again, this isn't an endorsement of this particular market. We're just going to show you guys some of the things that you might want to be looking for as you're doing this research, okay? So right now what I've done, I've pulled up Charleston. So I'm on the market research tab within AirDNA. Again, you will need the pro level subscription if you want to get even more in-depth numbers and research and all those different things. It runs you about $300 a year, so it's fairly affordable for the information that you get, okay? So you would just go to markets, market research, type in the market you're looking at. In this example, we're just going to look at Charleston, okay? So at the top tab here, it's going to give you the market performance as a whole. But what I like to do when I'm looking at competitor research, I want to have an idea of a few different factors. So what I like to do is I like to click on if there's a submarkets tab, what this will actually do is it will take a market and then it will actually start to break it down into specific neighborhoods, specific zip codes. And then I like to filter by revenue potential, because what that's going to tell us is which areas within this market have the highest producing and profitable Airbnbs, okay?
So not only are you looking at Charleston, you're looking at which specific areas in Charleston are the most profitable. So what zip code, what area are you looking at? The other tab that we wanted to show you as well, which is going to be crucial when you're looking into this, is actually which listings are the most profitable. So this is a game changer, guys. So like I said before, Airbnb and VRBO and past data. What's its past performance? Because actual numbers, the booking revenue that's coming in. So you're seeing the actual numbers. Most people are on those two platforms. I would say like 95% or even a higher number when you're looking at that. So when you're looking at the actual listings, you can actually filter into the top performing listings, either from one, again, revenue or occupancy. We like to do revenue again. Occupancy and revenue usually are hand in hand, but we want to see which ones are the most profitable and why.
So when you're doing the submarkets, you want to jot down, the specific zip codes of what the highest producing revenue properties and where they're located. Then you want to drill down further into the specifics listings tab, okay? Now, if I start looking at this right away, what's jumping out here, these appear to be very large homes, okay? So these are 8 to 10 bedroom homes, which is probably not going to be as common. Let's just be honest, right? So although the income looks obviously pretty amazing on these, if you're just getting started and you're looking to do rental arbitrage or partnering or things like that, you're probably going to be in smaller properties. Now, if you could land deals with larger ones, then obviously that's super ideal. But
one of the things you can do as well is you can actually filter the types of properties that you're looking for. So number of beds, numbers of baths, and which ones are the most profitable in that category. So if you're looking at an apartment, let's say, and you're like, okay, well, what are the most profitable apartments that I want to be looking at? I have a 2-bedroom apartment, but I can sleep up to 8 people. What are the most profitable? What are they offering? What are their locations? What are the amenities they have? And you can really start detailing out to see the revenue potential and see what deal structure, if you want to purchase, if you want to do rental arbitrage, if you want to do management deals, co-hosting, you can start really analyzing what makes most sense.
Now in this example, we have it filtered by houses, minimum 3 bedrooms going up to 6 bedroom plus, minimum 2 baths, and then accommodating anywhere from 1 to 10 guests. You can change the filters on this however you want. Again, this is just for demonstration purposes. There is a lot of properties in this market that seem to be doing very well, which is very intriguing, okay? Now, what's really cool as you're going through this, what you can actually do is you can click on specific listings here. So if I click on this one as an example, if you hover over the little bubble on Airbnb, it'll actually take you directly to the actual listing, which is actually really unique, because when you get on the listing itself, what we usually do when we're going through this, we like to have a Google Doc open, and we like to call this like a swipe file, so all you marketers out there that might be familiar with that term, you're just basically grabbing, what other people are doing, put it in a file so you can refer back to it later, okay? So things we want to take note of: what is the title on the listing? What are the photos look like? So you want to scroll through the photos. Are they professionally done? Is it someone that's just taken photos with an iPhone and it's not very good quality? As we can see, this does appear to have professional photos on, which is great. Now we're going to want to go through what kind of reviews do they have? What are some common complaints within this market? What does their description look like? How detailed is it?
Very detailed.
How easy is it to read all of these different things? Okay, so
and one of the most important things we want to look at is, what does it offer? Look at this: private outdoor pool, private hot tub, right? What does the design of the place look like? And look, you can even see how booked up this place is. Fully booked up for the summer. Clearly the occupancy for this listing is high as well. They almost have 5 stars across the board. This is your competition. This is this analysis. How do I do this place but better?
And so this is really important, because when you look at someone's calendar, when you're looking at AirDNA, that's telling you data that's happened in the past. Mm-hmm. What's helpful is when you actually go on Airbnb, then you can scroll forward and look at people's calendar of what demand looks like in the future. So if someone's really booked up, then that means there's a lot of demand coming through, which is really, really good, okay? Again, you just want to comb through the listing top to bottom, and you can see really quickly how optimized a particular listing is. So you can see here, they obviously have their description filled in for pretty much every portion of the listing, which is really fantastic. Okay, so this looks like post Charleston vacay. So good job, guys. It looks like you're doing good work here. So kudos to you. So anyways, we usually like to distill down maybe between like 5 to 10. Like look at your actual competitors, pick probably the top 5 to 10. And then once you have that information compiled, then what you can do is you can hop over onto something like Zillow. If you noted the top zip codes that you were seeing in that research, you can actually plunk those in here, and then you can start filtering and seeing what properties are available for sale, which properties are available for rent, and then we can start crunching our numbers to see what kind of spread are we going to have and what kind of profit can we reasonably expect to make versus what we can charge versus what is actually going to cost us to hold that property on a monthly basis. That should hopefully give you guys a pretty clear zip path to run on in terms of how you want to think about doing competitor research. So again, just for some quick points of reference as you're going through this, things that are really important is like you want to note where are most of the Airbnbs in your town or market located? What are the most common property types? What kind of amenities are they offering? Are there any commonalities between that?
And we want to be looking at design, style. How are they actually staging their listings? Like, why are they attracting the highest amount income coming in and the occupancy levels too? You also want to look at some very minute details that you might not be picking up right away. Of course, you're going to see the photos. Are they professional photos? The descriptions. If they have everything filled out, that's going to boost them in the ranking for SEO. What prices are they charging? Do they have a minimum night requirement stay? Like some people are going to have, 7-day requirements. Some are going to have 1 to 2 nights. Like these are the details you want to start collecting in your quote unquote swipe file and having those top ones in an Excel spreadsheet in order to keep notes and making sure when you go to Zillow, when you potentially go and purchase a property or you're managing a property, that you have these top amenities and top features that these properties have so that you can start competing and outranking the top properties so that you're putting the profits in your pocket.
So really what we're saying here is, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We can model off of best practices and what's clearly already working. But then the key thing is if you can find some areas or some gaps where maybe there's some underserved amenities, or maybe you want to be a little bit, more edgy with your design and try something that's a little bit more unique and different. This is where you could really shine and really stand out in a crowded market and again, command top dollar and produce a very, very nice profit doing this.
So look at the top properties, model off of them, and see where you can compete, and then start making the income from there.
Okay, so if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this, go ahead, again, like and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you get notified when we release new videos. We have a few more videos to go in this particular series, so if you want to stay tuned, go ahead and just check out the playlist that we'll post on the channel here for how to get started in 2024 with your very own Airbnb business.
All right, thanks so much. We'll see you in the next video, guys.
Take care.